This is the Oakwyn Podcast, featuring Morgan Browne and Michael Uy.
Welcome to the Oakwyn Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Uy.
And I'm Morgan Browne.
And I'm the Podfather.
And we're here talking all things renovations. We have some exciting announcement, don't we?
Okay, first of all, this is a big announcement.
Yeah.
You guys ready
Drum
for
roll.
it? North Vancouver is opening. Our
right.
Oakwyn headquarters. I guess it'd be not headquarters. It's our
North Shore office.
Yeah. So I'm trying to just coin this. It's our shore office, Oakwyn's shore office, because it is big, it is beautiful, and it is ready to take over. We are excited.
Like
what?
It's big, it's huge.
It's going to be the best.
It is
office
big.
you've ever
It
seen.
is huge.
Fake news.
Fake news.
It's not fake news. This is real news. Our North Shore office is opening up at 3151 Woodbine.
And it is
in
the
Edgemont
first phase.
Village. Yeah.
Phase one.
Yeah, phase one. So we're going to part two this thing. We're super excited to open up. We're going to be opening. We may be open now, or we're going to be opening in like literally a day or two.
Yeah, it's very soon
from when this podcast comes out. But yeah,
Pumped.
We're super excited. So
Yes.
how was the renovation process? Tell us about the space. Tell us about why we chose the location.
Okay.
Well, first, why did we chose the location?
Okay, so we found, number one, we spoke to our agents.
Yes.
We are all about talking to our people.
Yeah,
And what we
that's right.
came to, what it came very clear to us is that it had to be in a community-oriented place where it was easy to get in and out of all over the shore.
Yep, and really central.
And also it had to be in a place where people really from the neighborhood could just walk in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And come and join and just come and hang out. And it was very important for our people to feel comfortable. And that was super key. So we chose Edgemont Village.
Yeah, Edgemont Village. It's in central North Shore, central North Vancouver. And it's, great spot. So we're doing it in two parts. So we have, we're doing
Part one,
which is going to be about 1,500 square feet.
Yeah.
That's going to be for, we're going to have reception, pickup, the full office service. The managing broker is going to be there. And then later on next year is we're expanding into another
May to July.
May to
kind of
July.
range.
We're going to expand into the neighboring unit, which would be, another 1,700
square feet. So altogether will be almost 3,100 square feet.
So 3,100 square feet in
big.
total in North Van, which is going to be great.
Oh my gosh.
We're super excited. We, like Morgan said, we talked to a lot of our agents. Everyone's so pumped and excited about it.
Yeah, pumped. I think people are it's looking so good.
Yeah.
And we're so lucky we got to team up with our designers again from SSDG to do this incredible renovation. They are so good at what they do. And we found, I'll tell you, it took us a long time to find a space.
It did take us a long time because we needed to find the right place.
Yes.
And it had to, have the right location and the right energy and everything like that. So,
and we found it, I think, Mike, we found it where we walked into the space and we knew right away. Yeah. It was like both of us were like, okay, let's just do this. Let's just jump in on it. And that, in thus, our instinct kind of said, this is the right place for us. So we're pumped for North Vancouver to open up.
It's kind of like, it's in Edgemont Village, but it's kind of on the periphery. So it's easy to park around there.
That was another important part.
Because once you're
parking.
Parking, there's a lot of public parking in the area. So like it's, and it's kind of on the edge. So you can kind of park elsewhere. It's
close to coffee shops. Yeah. It's close to Nikolai Pizza, Buffalo. It's close to this Mexican restaurant. It's close to the places where people are going to meet and gather.
Yeah, totally.
And that's very cool. And so it's also the biggest thing at street level in the community.
Right. Yeah. So super excited about the opening. So if you're from North Van or from West Vancouver and you're interested in popping by for a visit, feel free to reach out to us.
So one of the questions that I'm getting for our North Vancouver office, for this agents out there that are thinking about making a move from a shore office to Oakwyn or another brokerage, but you want to know more about what we do. It is a corporate office. So that means you get all the perks of our Oakwyn University, our whole Slack channels, everything that we do as a Vancouver brokerage. And it's going to be, I think, amplified by the community of Edgemont. So for those that are interested in saying, oh, well, it's not at the headquarters, not downtown, it's the same. We're all one big family.
Yeah, totally. And, it's the community of agents we have in North Vancouver.
Oh my God.
they are.
I just want to hang out with them all.
Yeah, they
They're all
are
cool.
They are such a great group of people. There are agents that are in there that are, been in the business for 40 years, 30, 40 years. And there's some that are just getting started and full of energy. So it's a great spectrum of agents. There's some teams there. There's people that do projects there. There's lots of listings and open houses opportunities. And, we have a lot of really top producing agents on the North Shore. And so and also like a lot of great youthful energy of great agents that are just getting started in their business as well. So it's a really good combination. I think there's 45 agents.
Or 52, I
There are
think.
52 agents that are
already there.
That are
We
already
haven't even
there.
started.
We haven't even opened it yet. So that's really exciting. We have a good group of people, experience mixed with energy. That was a bit
That is
a bit
so
fakeish.
good.
Was
That
it?
is
Was it?
so
Didn't come
good.
off as like ingenuous.
That was a tweetable moment.
Oh, was
Yeah.
it?
Tweet.
Look at that. Listen
Okay,
to the
I thought it came
branding.
off as a bit fake.
Tweet right there.
No. Did you,
Okay.
Was it genuine?
It was genuine.
There you go.
But okay.
And I'm gonna be like the great thing about it. The North Vancouver is just another chapter to Oakwyn as we continue to grow and kind of take over kind of Vancouver's BC, right?
Yeah, it's part of our, obviously it's part of our plan to grow and to serve more communities and to serve agents better in a real transparent and collaborative way. So, we're really excited to open
wait.
up in North Shore. A quick Coles note about Edgemont. So there was a TV show on CBC called Edgemont, and it was kind of like a
like a Mr. Rogers type thing.
I don't know what it was. It was kind of like I think it was like a high school drama show.
Oh, yeah.
And one of my classmates in high school was the star of that show.
Really?
Maybe she will never return my call. No, her name was Kristen Kruk.
Oh, I know Kristen Kruk.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I should never have dumped her. I'm just kidding.
I'm like, first of all, dude, Kristen Krug, I'm like, don't make me get level because I will say something. Me and my husband were just talking about this.
Yeah?
You've dated, Pree's not going to want to listen to this, right? Mike has dated really beautiful women and we don't know why.
I don't know why.
They're all like gorgeous. Like everyone that I have known that he's dated, Pree won't listen to this. And they're like gorgeous. And I keep on wondering
why. I do too.
He's a smooth talker.
No, he is. He's dated like stunners.
No, I am
like.
I don't. I am
Lots
I'm a
for
smooth
words.
talker. Not at
No,
all.
you should be like. It's obviously you have a good heart and stuff, whatever. But
Well, clearly women don't care about looks.
There you go.
Sean was like, he's dated like some like good-looking women because he saw your one.
Sean hasn't.
No, just me.
Oh, right. I'm kidding. Yeah, but but we never dated. I never dated Kristen Kruk, maybe in my fantasy.
Seriously, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, but she actually was like,
Edgemont.
and she was like 16 or 17. We were in the same drama class, and all of a sudden she was plucked out of school and she was filming something.
That's cool.
Yeah, and
she's half Chinese, right?
I think so.
Or she half, maybe.
She's half Asian,
half Asian, something Caucasian, I think.
European, Eurasian descent. So she's really, and she was
So cool.
she was such a cool person. I've had words with her. I'm name dropping.
God,
I'm basically famous too now. I'm part of her entourage, actually.
Oh my god! So that's Edgemont.
Yeah,
guys.
that's Edgemont.
And so it's cool.
yeah.
The big thing is there is parking all along Woodbine. Just keep on tabs with us on our social because we will be posting kind of the countdown to us opening our doors there. But we are so thankful for the community of Edgemont for welcoming us so warm-heartedly, and we can't wait to start having some fun there.
Yeah, and we thought it'd be fun because we're doing renovations, and you love doing renovations.
I love them. I'm actually like, Mike knows, I like texted him yesterday. I was like, find me a home. I'm like bored. Like I'm so bored.
That's how she bosses around her agents. Hey,
Mike found my last home, so I have good luck. I feel like once you put that in people's minds and it comes to them, and I'm like, okay, it's there.
I've been kind of scoping the neighborhood and like
it'll be winter. I think it'll be like that time where I see it and then I'll just jump on it in the winter. I think that's probably the best call.
So
I
you're thinking
did just
about
have a
moving
child.
You're thinking about moving
I definitely
from
am
the
thinking about
house
moving.
with the orange door.
Yes. So talking about renovations, my husband is a contractor, carpenter by trade, builder, and him and I, we really bond over like letting that be our creative outlet.
Yeah.
So we've done so many places. Every one of our properties has been a renovation, and we just really enjoy that kind of time together to figure things out and
What's your favorite part about renovation? Is it the planning? Is it the construction? Is it the design?
It's the
What is
buying.
it? It's the buying. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I like the buying stuff.
Yeah?
Of course,
Like
I'm
buying,
in sales.
like buying
Yeah.
of the property.
Of the product and the property.
And how about the fixtures and the finishing?
I think
and
it's
stuff
like I saw a property the other day.
because you guys
and
don't hire an interior designer.
No.
You guys choose everything, right?
We choose everything, and we like. I
Must be nice
saw
to
a
have
house
good
the other
taste.
day. I saw a house the other day, and I can't get it out of my mind about how I change it. Right, like it's all the things, the rooms, the vaulted ceilings. I take a upstairs bedroom and make it a deck. Like I think of all these other things. So I like that side of the planning side too.
Yeah.
But renovations as a realtor are very key when you're pricing your property.
Yeah, totally.
And when you're
so that's where we're
walking
gonna
in.
segue into that, I
Segue
guess.
into it.
And maybe before we segue into that, if you've enjoyed this podcast and you want to renovate your career in real estate, through
I don't know him.
through joining a cool office like ours.
Yeah. If you're ready
Yeah.
to get started and
Right.
level up, peeps.
That's right. You want to level up or
Level up.
renovate your business. Feel free to visit us at oakwyn.com/join. Type into the message box pod 2021 and you'll get a free piece of gear, mystery swag for you to enjoy. But then you can learn more about Oakwyn and kind of what we do. And
Speak to one of the leaders.
yeah, speak to one of the leaders. Maybe you're from the shore and you want to join our company or you want to learn about our company. There's no pressure at all. We are not that type.
No, it's going to work for both of us.
Yeah,
guys.
it's got to totally.
Yeah.
And so, if you guys are interested, feel free to reach out to us there. So we'll continue about the renovation thing.
Let's go
a
into
lot
it.
of a lot of clients talk about renovating before.
Yes. I think the number one thing
list.
when you go into a property that's been, even like 3-4 years old is the owners are saying, what will increase my value?
Yes.
Like what
renovations
renovation in
increase
this
value?
place will increase my value? So a 20-year-old, 60-year-old home, let's just say a detached home, and you walk into a space and immediately they're asking, well, what's going to increase my value? What's going to get me the top dollar of my price, right? And I think right away when you're looking at a renovation, you have to ask yourself, what can I put my best earned money into so that I can get the most value out of it? Right.
So you want to really be careful when you speak with the seller. Understand a few
Yes.
things. One is you want to understand if they have a budget to renovate, because you don't want to make all these suggestions for renovation and they don't have the funds to do that. So that's one thing to kind of talk about. A second is a cost benefit analysis of, okay, if you're going to spend, we're going to talk about kind of which upgrades have the highest yield, have the highest return on investment for a seller. So we're going to talk about the 3 or 4 of those that work out really well for the most part for sellers. But you want to make sure they have the budget for it and how it's going to affect the pricing. So if they were to invest this amount of money, will they get a higher price or will they sell their home in a quicker amount of time? So you might want to balance that out in that conversation when you start talking about renovations, because a lot of sellers use it as a objection that I need to renovate a bunch of stuff, and you want to be able to advise them kind of early on, right, Morgan?
Yes, exactly. So I think a lot of sellers will say, you know what, I think I'm going to just get like the highest value if I renovate, and the renovation for these sellers might be a year or two. And what you want to do is you want to say, you know what, if we reduce the price to this amount, it's going to be the same value than you going through all your hard work, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of it.
So
though.
you want to comp out what renovated homes are selling for and what unrenovated homes are selling for, and look at that difference in pricing, right?
Let's talk about the top 3 things you can do for your house to get the hihighest value.
Sure,
right
like
away.
what renovations
Yes.
would you? So, number one would be a kitchen upgrade. So,
Yes.
as we know, as realtors, where we spend most of our time, right?
Yeah, and exactly. And that has actually the biggest, it's actually going to be the one that can cost the most with appliances, with cabinetry, with all the fixtures that you put into it, the lighting, and then any other extra stuff that comes through with it. So it's a lot.
I've advised a lot of clients to do, like for me.
Do you tell them to do the kitchen?
I actually, most of the time, if the appliances are worn down, then I think it's
Get
a
a package.
pretty inexpensive, anywhere,
$6,000.
yeah,
Yeah.
$4,000, $5,000, $6,000, and they're gonna be. I feel like they're gonna get that back.
Yes.
In terms of speed of sale, or in terms of because it just makes the home so much more usable, user friendly, and they can imagine themselves in there. The second thing I do is replacing countertops a lot.
Oh, yes.
Quartz counters going from are anywhere from a certain amount per square foot, and they make a huge difference. Changing the cabinetry itself is sometimes very expensive.
It's so expensive.
The boxes and the doors
Can go from 10 to 15,000.
I have
It's
done
high.
so many. There's this place in Surrey called Marathon Fasteners.
Yes.
That basically you get all the hardware. So what I've done in so many of my clients is I've taken one hardware off and I've just matched. Like I've gone to Marathon Fasteners and
cleaned it up.
Kind of cleaned it up. So if it's an
Yes.
old style handle, so I just bring my screwdriver, pop it out.
That's I think that's the number one thing I can say to realtors that are thinking of going and telling them, suggesting for them to increase the value. I think you can do things to just clean it up.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to rip out the whole kitchen.
Sometimes
put
you
new
do.
appliances.
Like
and sometimes you do.
if it's really
It's
bad,
just bad.
and
But
you see
majority of them.
Yeah. So for example, we had a client, homes were unrenovated homes were selling for 1.5 and renovated homes were selling for like 2 million.
2.2, yeah.
So I was like
2.1, 2.2.
2.1, 2.2, and I was like, okay, we're renovating this because if we sold your house today, it'll sell for 1.5. But if we spend $78,000, we might get 2. And I think we ended up getting 1.9 or something like that.
Nice, in the middle.
So they made money on their reno. So like it just depends on the situation, but you want to do that cross comparable. Like look at if renovated homes are selling for exactly the same cost as an unrenovated house, like the cost it matches.
It's very little that happens.
Then you shouldn't do it, right? So that being said,
So how what I do is when I walk into a client place that is a little bit like, let's say it's a condo and it's 20 years old and it's original, is I think like cleaning it up does a huge difference.
Yeah.
But yes, if it's like run down, the appliances don't work, cabinets are dead, of course the renovation might be worth it.
Right.
But 3 things I can tell people to do for a kitchen is backsplash. So the whole backsplash to get that done, tile it.
Yeah, it's not expensive.
Super not expensive. Fixtures, light
subway.
fixtures.
Yeah,
light fixtures,
yeah.
Key, super key, because bright lights, super new. And then, of course, all the hardware. So like just the cabinets, as you were saying. Those are the 3 things I would do just right away.
And the best thing is if you take one of their hardware and they haven't signed the listing, you don't have to give it, like you can hold it ransom.
You can hold a ransom.
And if they don't sign the listing,
Cowboy
you will
style.
never give it back to them.
Yeah.
And I say, if you want this handle back, you're going to sign.
No, or you just...
Or go to Marathon Fasteners.
I feel like after you take it, it's a slam dunk because they can't.
That's right.
You can't. You're holding it. Right? That's it.
I held it ransom. They're like, give me back my handle, Michael. And I'm like, never.
You just got a drawer full of handles at home, man.
Like, these are all my potential listings.
Yeah. And I think kitchens are very similar to bathrooms. I think they go hand in hand.
I think kitchens are... And this is in my experience.
Bigger
this
deal.
is just my anecdotal experience.
Yes.
This is personally just, and I haven't did research on, because NAR has a bunch of surveys and studies on it. That's the National Association of Realtors. But which I think it was like when I was reading it, it was fairly inaccurate. I felt it was inaccurate for our market. I don't know. So I felt that kitchen upgrades are substantially more valuable than bathroom upgrades. This is just what I've found. Like people will accept a original bathroom more so than they'll accept an original kitchen.
My thing is
this is just in my own
that if you're going to
experience.
renovate, it's either all or nothing. You do the kitchens and the bathrooms, or you do nothing.
Isn't that a boy band song?
You do nothing. What?
All or Nothing?
All or Nothing?
Yeah, it
Might
sounds
even
like
be
it.
the name of a boy band.
Because the reason
I
why
want it
is because it's like a
all
personal
Or
taste.
nothing at all, right?
Oh,
Isn't
yeah.
it?
Such a good song.
Who sings that song? Because I want it all.
NSYNC.
Or nothing.
Are you sure?
And I don't think so.
All or Nothing. O-Town.
Oh! Everyone
Yeah.
knows O-Town.
Well, they had
I
an
love
MTV
O-Town.
thing, yeah.
I love O-Town.
What is it? Hikaika.
You better play that right there, Brayden. So kitchens. The second thing that you think about is flooring. Flooring is huge.
Yeah, and while you're replacing your floor, you can sing O-Town.
Yeah. Flooring is huge. Now,
Yeah,
do you
like a
always recommend laminate, hardwood, or carpet? Like carpets? Like, do you recommend all
I feel
three?
like you should, like, this is now,
Okay.
the cost difference between engineered hardwood and laminate are virtually the same.
Same.
So basically, you always go engineered hardwood.
What color?
Well, it just depends on the tone. Like, it depends on the tone of the cabinets and the countertops to me. Like, mostly you go with a light color because it matches most of the furniture.
Right.
But, you know, it just depends.
Okay.
Yeah, how about you?
That. I think flooring has to be like, it just has to go with the rest of the cabinetry.
Yeah, I feel like, so you know this better than me, being, I'm a very tasteless person. But obviously,
not.
if you have like more of a stone, kind of like a grayscale home, then you can go like with the tone of the rest of the home, then you go with more of a ashier color flooring. And if you have more of a woody feeling, then you go through
This is one that you Pinterest
tone.
people.
Yeah,
you
go
Pinterest
through the
this.
earth tone style. I tend to be, you know, with my clients looking to renovate properties, I tend to be pretty directive because they're not going to live and like it. They don't care. They're just like, what do you think? So I'm pretty
Actually,
directive.
in this market, I don't recommend them to do it, flooring.
So some people do, some people don't.
Because I think people will come in and do what they want.
I feel like that is the case. You know, I feel that people have a different because the cost benefit analysis of, like, for example, carpet, carpet in let's say a condo, for example, it just makes people just don't like it.
No one wants it.
No one wants carpet
in
anymore,
a condo.
So, yeah.
But I think a basement with carpet is actually nice.
Yeah, because
like a basement,
it actually hides the sometimes the leveling, because in Vancouver there's a lot of like
I think it's the coziness
and the warmth on your feet, because the basement's always so cold.
I think that every basement should have a fireplace. I think that's like a necessary thing. I love fireplaces, but now they're taking away gas in new builds.
I almost burned my house down
In a fire?
Yeah, don't you see that black
which one?
mark in my living room? Anyways, we'll talk about it.
You never told me that.
Yeah.
No.
I am so incompetent.
You know what? Okay, I'm going to tell you guys, we go to Tanamera every year. Again, we're doing it this year.
Yeah.
And he always wants to burn a fire.
Yeah.
Like, it's like his thing. He's like, I'm a man.
It's the best.
Burning a fire in a hotel room. I'm like, you're not a man. You got to go inside, honey.
It's manly
It's not
enough.
the same.
It's all about poking that fire and being the guy that knows when to
you're
turn
right.
the
Yeah,
law.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's right. It's
let's
a
get
guy
it.
thing.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
poking the bear.
Shouldn't poke Morgan anymore.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No, actually, Tanamera's got really cool wood log places.
It's
cool.
fireplaces are cool, but anyways,
It's inspiring.
Yeah, so
It's like I said.
flooring. I think if it's really stained, sometimes you just get it clean, but if you can't, it's.
I think stairs. Like, if you do stairs with carpet, it's necessary because it's so run down and gross.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. Flooring is so we said kitchen, we said bathroom, we said flooring. And then one of the biggest value changes in condos or in houses is converting a den or a flex space into a bedroom.
Yeah.
Right?
So it changes, so basically if you have there's 3-bedroom homes that there's a lot of 3-bedroom homes that have a den downstairs that doesn't have a closet. That has a window still, and it's like, it'll be 9 by 9, and it's for like an office or something like that. But once you classify that as a bedroom, or once you kind of put in a closet or put in a wardrobe or something and have that set up as a bedroom, it adds value to the home because it goes from being a 3-bedroom home to a 4-bedroom home.
It's huge.
Because a lot of people have those different demands when you're punching in your search criteria, and so we recently sold a 1-bedroom and den condo that had like the condo had the den had had a window. It was about 8.5 by 8.5. And so we kind of put a closet in there, and basically we were able to advertise as the lowest price 2-bedroom in Coquitlam. Right. And then basically people were like, oh, and someone bought it. So
that's
and
good.
It was,
that's good.
So that's something that you could potentially do. I think to classify as a bedroom here in Vancouver, you need to have a window, closet. Yeah. So
Window, closet, guys.
Yeah.
And definitely do it. I always convert my dens into bedrooms, unless you have even like a slider. Like a lot of the condos that we sell downtown just need slider doors, and you can do it that way as well. And some people put it as, well, I shouldn't say that out loud. Never mind. Some people will say like it's a bedroom, but it's been opened. It's not the same. The last thing that I think can really encourage, I think this is what you have said, a front door, right?
Yeah. So on detached homes, first impressions are really key. The front door doesn't cost that much to actually like buy and replace, but having a nice front door, like if you go to Morgan's house, she paints her front door. It's polished. It's nice. It's a different sentiment to, when you arrive at a property, and it doesn't cost that much, right? So
yes,
to have a new front door put in, if it's an old tired door, because that's the first impression someone gets, right?
Yes.
And so curb appeal does matter, and it's a different feeling.
How do you feel about painting the whole house? Like a full paint job. I think that's a major game changer.
Yeah, you want to, definitely paint the whole. Sometimes I just paint the walls and not do the trim because the trims are that makes it expensive a lot of the times.
Yes,
I don't like painting ceilings a lot of the times because that gets, you got to cover all the furniture. It makes it more expensive.
Paint, yes.
So it just depends on the condition of the property. Yeah, but paint is a big one.
Super big one.
Yeah.
And painting the outside, I always laugh. I said real estate is the only thing where it's that cliche or the thing that everyone says, don't judge a book by its cover. It's the one place that people judge. They do judge your book by its cover. They judge the whole house by its cover right away. That and like really nice trees and like landscaping.
Yeah, so some landscaping elements. Yeah, that's a big part of it too. Is just like putting in some if you have
your backyard is beautiful. It's just green, right? That's a big. People just can imagine every little thing.
Yeah, that's having if you have some, for example, doing some edge work on your lawn or basically putting in a row of flowers in the entry and stuff like that. These are like little touches because when someone pulls up to their property, they really want to have that emotive feeling, and it doesn't cost a lot, right? So, really get a great landscaper or get a great painter and stuff like that. Have them a part of your kind of like winning team. But some of these renovations are some things that you want to discuss with your clients. You always want to. My rule of thumb is to not do anything. Like Morgan, not to do anything too major. Where it's gonna potentially you don't want to renovate a property and for it to take so long and the market shifts, and basically, which I've had happen in the past.
Yes,
to a client of ours is that they wanted to do this big renovation, which I advised them not to do, and basically by the time they were finished, the market changed, and then basically they waited a few years, but then we ended up selling it for a good price. But it did take a lot longer than it probably should have if we just kind of did more of a lighter one, handles, appliances, countertops, but they wanted to open the kitchen. And
so what is the top 3 tips? You go into a listing presentation, and what are the top 3 things that you ask your clients to do to increase their value? Like in that type of renovation platform, what would be your top 3?
So minor kitchen upgrades, number 1. Flooring number 2, and paint number 3.
Amazing.
Yeah, so that would be.
Yeah, my bonuses are 1, lighting.
Yep, lighting is great.
Lighting is and it's super important.
Yeah, it's cheap too.
2 is paint. Tidy it up. I actually pay for the paint on my team. I actually get our painters in to paint a couple walls because I think that's so important. And 3 is decluttering and staging. The third one, staging is super key.
That's right. Yeah. So staging is something obviously that'll increase value of properties, which
and decluttering people. So you're always trying to get your clients to depersonalize their space, and doing that adding that renovation will add super value to your clients and hopefully get them to sell it not only for top dollar but quick.
Yeah, exactly. Because that also helps with the speed of sale as well. Mm-hmm. Okay, guys, on that note, I hope you guys learned a lot about renos.
Yes, renovations.
Yeah, from the renovation queen.
No,
here.
Renovation king.
Nah.
I mean, can't say that about you. Can't say that. But I will say,
don't want to.
You're so funny. Mike's house. He's so good with he gets a good designer though. That's you're different though. You're like, I'll get a designer in.
Right.
Your space is amazing because you just do get somebody to do it. It's perfect.
So everyone's a bit different. I have a very poor taste buds. So basically, I get an interior designer to do everything, to choose everything, to buy all the stuff. And I hate shopping.
Awesome.
When I shop, I hate shopping so much that I would rather just know the full amount and then, okay, I'm fine. I don't know why for me it seems cheaper when someone just tells me it's going to cost $30,000. That's a $5,000 couch. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I see that. This is why Mike deploys me and Arlene for the renovations, because we're like, okay, we're fine to just do it, but we always research.
I was just like, oh my god, like this is so expensive. Like, I was just like, and so I just get. We have an interior designer that does everything, but Pri is actually getting into it.
Oh, good.
So
good.
Pri is now kind of making it her own. So our place now, she got everything, and for
she's got this kind of European French kind of vibe.
She likes rustic French, and I like minimal, like
nothing.
Scandinavian style.
Yeah.
So that's my style, is just like minimal, like.
Yes.
It's
burnt walls.
Yeah.
That's your thing.
Yeah, exactly. Burnt fireplaces.
I think the best thing to do is watch AD. Like if you watch AD on YouTube, that's probably my second biggest thing that I watch.
I thought you said you're ADD.
ADD. I got tested. I'm not. Damn it. I wanted the pills and I didn't get anything. I was like, I'm not ADD. What? And it's figuring out that like every home has like a character of your own self. Like what you're saying is Priya. She's got the style to her, right? And that's what comes out in her space. It's so cool.
Yeah. So but I think with most things, and with my house in particular, but the wife decides. So,
that is not true. I think less is better. Less is more. That's what I think in spaces. It should be less.
For selling selling property, if you're living there and you like a style, go for it.
Yes.
But for for selling property, you need to be able to have the right pathing, they call it in real estate sales, is like path the client through the home, and they need to have an open spaces. So minimal approach.
Minimal.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Thanks so much for listening to the Oakwyn podcast. And if you would like to rate us on any of your platforms, 5 out of 5, that would be great. Also, feel free to reach out to us and tell us what you'd like to see on the podcast. And moving forward, we look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to the podcast, guys. And until next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.